Welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny
and Erin.
I'm really excited about this one.
Why?
So ATEEZ.
Oh.
Have I done? That's how excited I am.
Oh.
It's a comeback, but it's like a Japanese one, I think.
Oh.
It's called Not Okay, which is, I think, how we will feel afterwards.
It's either going to be emotional or all like a
tacky. It's going to be all like thrusty. Look how hot I am. Are you okay? You're not okay.
I don't think I've ever gotten over.
It's you.
Sat in the cage, to be honest. They can't do this to us.
Yeah, do you know what? Several times this week I have rewatched the MV for Crazy Form because I've just wanted to. I have seen the photos that they were bringing out for this one on Instagram, but I haven't seen any of the trailers, the teasers. I haven't watched any of those.
I don't think I've seen anything. My Instagram was very 80s lacking the last couple of days. What's going on with my algorithm?
I don't know, you need to get it fixed.
I know.
So please remember to like, comment and subscribe. In the comments, what have ATEEZ done in particular that has made you not okay? I've now got My Chemical Romance in my head. I'm not okay. Trauma?
What?
Disturbing experience? I know what trauma is. I'm worried though.
Oh.
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 So pretty. I feel like this is going to drop at any moment.
I know.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh. You didn't tell me to fix on. You can't throw that at me without a warning of fix on. Is that ponytail? You know, it looks really good in this. Oh, wow.
Jesus.
Wow. One, I read like the first 2 lines. I didn't get any lyrics after that. But I think if the MV has gone along with the lyrics of the song, then it told us perfectly what they were talking about.
I read lyrics. They have evaporated now from my brain.
You don't speak English anymore.
Yeah, I don't do words anymore. But yes, I really felt like what was on screen was in tone with the messaging, especially Hong Jun's bit. I don't even remember what I went, oh god, at, but it was so... Sorry, I actually feel quite traumatized. I think a lot happened in it. It was very jarring, purposefully. But when that needle went by the eye, that's unnecessary.
See, I didn't feel that any of those things were traumatic or anything. None of that bothered me.
What?
But they were so fucking beautiful.
How were you not traumatized by a... It's like your phone is trying to trap you inside with this metallic hand. He's like fighting against it. Or all the TV screens, all the screens around. It's almost like a conversion therapy of like, you will absorb all of this. There's no escape. Even when the people were running up to them as dancers and pushing and pulling them, it was just this against your will. We're going to get you.
Why would that trauma me?
But it's not them getting you. It's...
I'm the people getting you.
Oh, so you're the like deadly foe.
I identify with the...
Sorry, I forget. Do you know what the thing is? We watch things. We watch the same thing. And I think the perfect example is...
Saw?
There is Disney's Sleeping Beauty and then there is Disney's Maleficent. And both think that they are the right and the true stories.
I thought you would go along with Saw, where you identify with these poor people, or you're like, this guy deserves an award because he's a fucking genius.
I think we just
planning involved.
We watch from different perspectives, which is how you can come out and be like, wow, and I'm like, oh my god, I need to like turn my phone off.
Like, let me look up what this was all about.
Yeah, I'm like, let's go out into nature. Let's not be like slaves to things. And you're like, ooh, how can I get into their phones?
Hey, if I'm a slave to anything, it's Wu Young. Okay.
Oh my god. I'd love to know whose interpretation, whose side of the coin to use it on. Or is there a secret third one that we're too blinded to see?
Anyway, back to ATEEZ. Yeah, the very clear messages of the consumption of social media and media in general that's always so negative, and how that can affect your mental health.
They said about maze. They used the word maze quite a lot because it is a maze, because you get something come in and you want to get to the bottom of whether what that article or whatever it is telling you.
Yeah.
But you get lost in the internet, or even lost in your phone. I went to look up one thing yesterday, an hour and a half later, I came out somewhere completely different. Hadn't even looked up the one recipe that I went in for. You lose time.
Yeah.
The maze of things and...
Well, it's what Hong Jun's, very direct of, he wasn't able to put the phone down. It was an addiction. He couldn't separate himself from it. And the words that were flashing up, missing, family, alone, all those things that you are not living your life because you're too lost in your phone.
So it's really isolating. It doesn't have to be, because there are some great communities and really great connections with people, but it can make you feel... I always feel a bit like disgusted in myself sometimes, having just spent time consuming what?
Yeah.
Oh.
And obviously Jong Ho on the bed having the screens like, if it being forced you, you will consume. It's like propaganda.
Yeah, and towards like one of his last scenes, it started coming down on him, and he started passing almost into the phone realm, or the.
I thought it was like he was underwater.
Oh, okay, that would probably.
That's what I felt, and he was maybe trying to get out of.
That would make so much more sense than he turned into
realm.
a phone. The phone realm. But that might be.
Oh yeah.
But we'll have to ask them.
The upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yosang was playing like a. Wasn't chess, but like a game, wasn't he?
Oh, was it like a? It wasn't checkers, but it looked a bit.
Do you know what that could be though? Because you couldn't see who he was playing against, and it was all dark. Maybe it's like online gaming. You're still alone because you're just the person is faceless. And Woo Young was surrounded by people, and he was just like singing and screaming into a microphone. So maybe that was all the negative voices, and you're just trying to be heard over that.
Or is it that everybody thinks that their own voice is the most important and has the right to be heard? Which, yes, but not everything needs to be.
Yeah.
There's quite a lot of different
And
ways
having your
to
voice
interpret.
heard doesn't mean you shouldn't listen as well.
Yes. So important.
See?
Such an important thing. And just because it's heard doesn't mean it's right.
Yeah. What was Mingy's?
He was on a stage. He has like a superpower of thrusting.
I told you, he didn't even... I'm trying to stick with what they were trying to tell us before we go into
No, I know, but my
each
problem
of their
is,
crimes in this video.
Yeah, like I'm fine with that. But unfortunately, because of his crime, I have lost the rest of the message.
His might be because he was on a stage and there were people. Maybe it could be like putting people on pedestals, putting idols, celebrities on a pedestal. Yeah. Which is, one, not good because no one is perfect, and two, that's not good for them either because they can't make a mistake or be themselves.
No, and it can also, if we're looking at it from like as we have some of the other negative ways, like a soapbox sort of standpoint as well.
Yeah.
I can't think what the others were.
San was in a corridor running.
Yes. Was he? That was that like in the
him.
maze, though, maybe, or just you can't really escape it.
No. What song was?
I would say let's rewatch it, but I'm scared.
All I can see is his glove. We just had another little look. So it's like Songwa is the one playing the game with Yosang. Could that be that when people are online, it's not real? I can say what I want to someone, but it doesn't matter. It's not real, you know? Where people kind of, they don't take in the impact of what they're actually doing. Like, you wouldn't say these things to someone's face.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's all a game. It doesn't matter.
I don't know how ATEEZ and other idols and people with bigger platforms do it, but I know I really struggle when people write things, not even necessarily just like objectively horrible, but the way in which they phrase and speak about us.
Yeah.
Like, we aren't real and aren't
reading the comment.
Yeah, we aren't, there's not someone else there behind the phone or whatever it may be. So that could be, you know, the idea of you are alone when you're playing these games, but also remember that there still is another human life the other side. So think about what you're doing.
Yeah, and I felt like Sans was about online hate maybe, and he's being chased, but then people disappear Like, they're not there, but they still have that impact. And for them, being watched all the time.
Oh my god.
Whatever they do.
I would hate that.
I know.
Constantly judged or open to judgment.
Yeah. And you know, I was in a theatre. Do you think that was a bit of a thing to do with, like with what they do with music? We can enjoy all this stuff online, but go to a show in person, see it, you know, experience it. Because obviously he was in a theatre that was empty and there were people like flickering in and out, disappearing. So could that be a bit of like, people are spending so much time online, they're not going out and experiencing things for themselves, they're just reading about them. My dad is a perfect example. When I said, I'd love to go see the pyramids one day. Why? You can just see them on Google. Why would you have to go there?
Everything's different.
Why do I have to come and visit you? I could video call you. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's different.
Yeah. Again, and that can also, with being in the theatre, that they are the show. They're, as you said, constantly watched and
performing monkeys. The song, I said to you, it was like going along that it's going to drop or go off in it. I can feel it coming. It's coming, and it kind of paused. There's that pause, isn't there? Do you reckon that's like a switching off?
I felt like I could adjust your dials.
Yeah, so I mean, like off into this, like.
I loved where it went.
Yeah.
Because you said drop, and I was like, oh yeah, waiting for it. But it was different. Such a different sound. And the way they were like banging on the floor as well with it. And
the choreo was very impactful.
Oh. That like gave me life.
I tell you what else I love. I feel like maybe I didn't get enough, but I feel like I got a nice chunk of everybody. I felt at times I was like, we're getting quite a bit of song. Oh, this is nice, And Yosan came in, and then we didn't see him for a while. For ages, we hadn't seen Wooyoung or Mingi, and I'm like, okay, they're giving everyone there.
Yeah, I was pleased with. I remember thinking, this is like a continued section for Yosan, because we appreciate there are a lot of them, but we do feel like sometimes don't get to see him as much. And
I know.
Oh, where he like broke.
Oh yeah,
broke through.
Love the red and black.
Oh my god, they were like matadors.
Gorgeous. I spotted something.
What did you spot?
I spotted Wooyoung, surprisingly.
Oh,
I don't know if you've heard of him.
Never. No.
He's mine. That's what he is.
Oh.
The scarf. He also wore a scarf just like that, being a different colour, for career on stage.
Did he?
He did. Except it wasn't obviously stuck on properly on his jacket, because it came off at one point and he was fixing it. I am not a solo fan cam, but I noticed these little
details to your video
to my eyes. Yeah, that's what it made me think of. It's obviously a look for him at the moment, and it absolutely works.
I would love to see that choreo on Studio Stream, or just where you can see all of that, or in the living room.
I don't know if I've got space for all of them.
They just do it in tiny.
Just in person. I love it when they dance in tiny.
Because they were doing different things, which is what made it interesting. They were, some bits they were, moving obviously together, but then there seemed like there were really different bits going on. There seemed to be quite a few
choreo bits that stood out to me where they were almost like an arrowhead, the way they were shaped, and the camera was kind of going in and out on what was happening.
Well, that's how they finished at the end, didn't they? Except with the arrow facing away, and then they all all their heads turn.
Ooh, so it's like they were coming at us, but now they're like, come with us.
Yeah. Lead us. Lead you away from there.
I mean, we can go through individuals. I will I'll say about Woo Young because we've already talked about his outfit. And I just love him. He's so damn beautiful. And even when he's giving you the impactful, I wouldn't say anger in this, but there's definitely aggression in what they're saying. Why are you looking at my picture of Woo Young behind me? Stop staring at him. I can see your eyes. I'm like, no, that's mine.
He's looking at me.
He would never.
Tell him that. Like, you can see it on the camera.
But he was still managing to have that little bit of naughty glint in his eye that he has. That he's always one step away from causing havoc and just being naughty. Yeah. Mingy, like I said, you can't be thrusting like that without telling us to fix on. Fix on is the warning.
Yeah.
You didn't give us a warning. You came straight in. You.
I was going to say, unless he said it in Japanese and we missed it, but I think I had a reasonable enough view of the lyrics that I didn't see a big flashing warning before
why
that
would
happened.
he say it in Japanese when he normally says it in English?
I know, but I'm just trying to give him an excuse, but there really is none.
His jacket in this was also like what he wore at Korea on stage, the same kind of fit. Hongjun, when he held the phone up and his mouth was there, I know you kind of recalled that, but I was just like, oh my god, that's so funny. And first of all, I feel like we didn't get as much of Hongjun in this song as maybe I'm used to, as in much of a rap. Normally I feel like he comes in more.
I do know what you mean.
But he always has an impact when he comes in because he has such a unique sound and style.
I think also it was difficult to, because of what he was demonstrating, that was more of the focus than, Captain hopping in, doing his
that
thing.
black and white shot at the end.
Oh.
God, he's perfect.
Why do we have that on a poster?
Like I said, I feel like we didn't get as much of
No, I wonder if, as we watch again, it was quite. I found it an overwhelming MV to, other than like a couple of main bits, to really pick out who I could absorb their time.
I know that at the beginning, when we kind of got a look at everyone, there was a lovely shot of looked like he was wearing a leather jacket. And towards the end here, there was a choreo part. He was in his red and black, and he came forward. And you're like, Yuno's going to go off on this choreo.
So we just need to just do a choreo of it all.
Lovely to see Jongho back in the choreo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I was so happy when I saw him. But I was like, yes.
Yeah. And what can you say about Jongho? Great to see him back in the choreo. Those vocals, always perfect. What is Jongho not good at? That's what I want to know.
Well, I was going to say, because I appreciate they all did brilliant acting with what they were doing, but I thought that must have been a very weird scene for him, sat on a bed with screens that probably didn't have stuff or flash on him, and to look so petrol, but be really limited movement wise. I thought, oh.
And San. The man is so chiseled. Yeah, I believe we got some really nice shots of San. Some of them close-up ones in the black and the red. I hope that they've done like a performance video in just the black and red.
Yeah, that was definitely my favourite.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if he was actually, it was a long corridor and he was running down it, or they put him on a little treadmill on the corridor. I just imagine
like green screen.
Yeah, I imagine they're like, right guys, here's your setup for everything, la la la, and it's like, San, you're just gonna run.
I see a lot of stuff online about Songhwa and how he looks, and I never want to just focus on how someone looks. When you look like Songhwa, it's very difficult. It's like, if I want to have a conversation with him, it's like, I have to do it with my eyes shut, because otherwise you're just too beautiful. Sunglasses, that will.
I can imagine ever going to, like, so ever got to interview them. And, you know, the prep work would have to start in advance, wouldn't it? I feel like you need to get a cardboard cutout, then you'd need to...
I know what we'd do. Jong-Ho sat on that bed, it'd be us, as images of someone.
Yeah. trying to get us.
Yeah.
To a point where, like, it's normal. It's normal for someone just to be so godly. It's fine.
Conditioning.
Yeah.
I thought he was wearing gloves, but then it looked like he only had one glove on. Like a leather.
Mm-hmm. And what do we say about one glove?
It's dangerous.
It's so dangerous.
And the longer hair. I feel like we got quite a lot of songwar focus in this one, which is nice.
Because he just moves so deliciously.
I do wonder whether he's one of the members that... Because considering one of the quieter ones in the group, I know a lot of people refer to him as Mother.
Yeah.
He's the mum of the group. But maybe recently, after Matt's and this, whether it's just like, this is his era, he's coming into his own a bit, confidence-wise, and maybe he's found where he feels he fits in the group. Because again, with Yosang, having more Yosang, is that also that they found where that really works for them, where he fits?
Yeah, and I guess having so many members, you say, you know, who does this suit better?
Yeah.
Or would anybody like to? And they go, do you know what? I'm feeling good about myself at the moment. I'm happy to be a bit more front and centre. Either way, I'm loving it.
I'm never going to complain about getting a lot of any of them. Okay. So that was our reaction to ATEEZ Not Okay. Which, as we said, we understand now. We're not.
Yeah.
We never will be again, but it was worth it. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.